So our next stop was Grafton Marina, which is officially mile 0 of the Mississippi. So Grafton Harbor is it's on the Illinois River, the upper Mississippi, and it's a great stop. It's a 200 slip marina, the general store, gift shop, restaurants, and so on. So we really enjoyed it, although we only stayed one night. Our next stop would be Alton, which was only about 20 miles down the road, and then Alton was 22 miles from the St. Louis Arch. So I walked around the town a little bit, and all I can tell you is it's nothing but bars and restaurants, at least on the main strip. I've heard it referred to as the Key West of the Mississippi. Every one of these bars was pretty interesting. They all had a theme. I think this one was Hollywood, and you can see there's pictures on the walls, on the ceiling, all relating to movies. Most of these bars are 3 stories because there's a hill that goes down to the river, and so they all have like 2 or 3 different dining rooms, different bars, most of them outside, several balconies, pretty amazing. I can hardly tell from the pictures what's what here, but I walked through 3 or 4 of them. Now this was around Halloween, so a lot of them were decorated for, there was a witches convention. We could only stay one night because they were sold out, but like this was another upper deck, outside decks, and then a second floor and a third floor.
Yeah, we were in party.
Can't even hardly tell you what these themes were because there were so many of them, but a lot of bands, a lot of different places to eat. We ultimately did have dinner with our friends up there. This one actually had a cave. I guess you could sit in the cave and eat if you wanted. So, quite an interesting stop. We enjoyed it. So that's just a small part of Main Street. Easy access to the boat. So it was on both sides of the street. So we left the next morning, and we did go down to Alton. I think we stayed one day down there. Pretty much the same. And then we left the next morning. It's Sunday, October 22nd. We're at Alton, getting ready to head down the river. Steve from Coda has spoken to the lockmaster, so we're going to leave here in about 20 minutes. First lock's only about a half a mile past the bridge, so we're gonna form up and hopefully get through.
Is 185, and we're about 193. So actually, it could be 2 hours, couldn't it? And then go down. And then taking west down.
Coming out of the last lock of the day, following Coda. So we all stopped at a place called Kaskaskia Wall. It was too far to go. You could go to St. Louis, but there was no place to dock. So we had 6 boats, and then our friends at Fast Pace came in. I'm going to show you a little bit of interaction we had on our friend's boat, Wilma May. It's a little bit personal, but I want to show how loopers interact and how close you get and how much you make friends in a short period of time. So this video is about how they came to name their boat Wilma May. I think you'll enjoy it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, so here it goes. I'll start it. She'll interrupt me.
I'll interrupt him. Just let me interrupt, and then he'll keep talking.
My dad passed away like 5 years ago, and we got all his old boxes. And then we were getting ready to do the loop and sell everything. So I was trying to figure out what we're going to keep and what not. And I'm going through boxes, looking at old pictures and stuff, giving it to kids. And then we did my dad's stuff, and I never went through my mom's stuff. She passed away like 8 years ago.
Oh,
so
2 boxes.
I got those boxes up, and I started going through those. She was born and raised in Sioux City, Iowa.
Okay.
She decided to go to California at like age 18. So I got her yearbook. Everybody's like, Donna, we're happy for you. You're going to have a great time. You and Bev are going to have a great time. And then there's some letters. From Wilma May was the first one. Said, Donna, I'm so glad you like California. It sounds exciting, and your news is exciting. She got engaged.
Okay. The ring is beautiful.
The ring is
We're
beautiful.
so excited for you. I have to embellish because I read the letters and I know what they said.
This is 1954, and then the second letter from. You go ahead.
The grandpa, the dad said, Donna.
My grandpa.
To his mom is like, we know people who know that man. He's no good. He's been married before. We think he's currently married. He has a baby. We raised you better than this. I mean, really, like a dad, back in the day would have been pretty strict. And then the third letter was from the mom, Wilma May.
May.
Was a nicer version of that. Right? Like we raised you well. Like this man, we know people who know him. Like
you gotta do the right
this
thing.
man in California.
Yes,
yeah.
we have to do the right thing. He has a baby. He's still married.
Burbank, nice.
And then the fourth letter was from Wilma Mae again, saying, "You did the right thing. We're so proud of you. What can we? I have some money saved. I can
So
either
she
fly
broke it
out
off
to,
with the guy.
Oh.
I can. You did the right thing.
My mom did.
Okay.
This is from assuming from the letter. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
And then they said, I can either come visit you with this money and get to California, or I can save it for a car, because to help you buy a car.
Or you can Venmo it.
Right? Oh yeah. Before Venmo, right? And then the last thing was a newspaper clipping.
Yeah, I
2
pulled
weeks
it.
from
After
the
the
date
letters
of
was
the letter. These
The
4 letters.
newspaper clipping 2 weeks after that last letter. Wilma Mae McGee dies in a car accident.
Oh.
So my grandma, Wilma Mae,
Okay.
dies after my mom, 19
She's
years old,
yeah.
moves to California, gets engaged, breaks it off,
Needs
then
her
her
mom.
mom dies.
Wow.
She had to come back home to take care of her 16-year-old sister
Yeah.
and the dad who couldn't
Yeah.
handle it. And then the dad eventually remarried and garnered. But
So at all this time, we're pulling out stuff in the boxes, and we're trying to name the boat. And we also had some old videos that were Super 8 or whatever back in the day. We made
Super
into
8s.
DVDs. We were watching that, and there was an old wooden boat. They're driving around some lake in South Dakota. And it's Wilma Mae.
that the dad, his great grandpa, right?
Yeah,
Or
we're like-
made, yeah.
There it is.
Okay.
There's the name of the boat.
Yeah.
Name it Wilma Mae.
Yeah,
So,
well, so here we are.
I got a picture of it downstairs.
Cocoa Beach, start the original. Where are you from originally?
Born in Seward, Florida. Grew up in Beijing, and then I moved to Illinois when I was 10, and then I moved to Florida when I was 19. So
Hey
now-
Stuart, that's our origin story.
Wow.
We bought our boat in Stuart.
Yeah. So that's.
Wow.
Did you
Selfish
move to
capital of the
Beijing?
world.
What the hell is
Yeah,
in
Beijing.
Beijing?
Yeah, well, it's very
My,
His
my
dad.
father was stationed there. So.
Ah.
Ooh.
But he was
remember
made
it?
in China.
Made in China,
Was he?
born in the USA. If you look, I have the Made in China tag.
This is number 15.
Yeah.
You and everything else.
Yeah.
We're coming up on St. Louis. I can see the arch in the distance. I'll obviously get pictures as we go by.